The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
To the Cinco de Mayo edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that, well, it's to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, well, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstances of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in at 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there, too. Go ahead and send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question, of course, in our Tiger's Den. Well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on wonderful Cinco de Mayo Wednesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we got a slight mixed bag out here. A mixed bag with the Russell being the only one that's trading to the downside, up 2 points. Otherwise, you got the Dow up 103, S&P 11, NASDAQ 122, semis are up 36, trannies 83, New York Stock Exchange is up, but not up enough to get its advanced decline oscillator above zero. Leading the charge, by the way, dollar-wise, the upside, you've got Medifast up $33, 14%. Azimil Holdings, $20, 3%. Grayscale, Ethereum up 32%. Google's up 15%. Arista Networks up 12%. To the downside, it's Chipotle. How can Chipotle be trading down on Cinco de Mayo of all days? But it is. It's up $27, nearly 2%. Booking Holdings down 29%. Inspire Medical down 25%. That's 11%. Amazon up 0.6% at $21. And, of course, I want to look at what you want to look at. But, I know what that is. We've got a caller on the line. Let's go back to Victor in Paramus, New Jersey. Hey, Victor, thanks for calling back, and sorry about yesterday's technical glitch that we had. But I know you're calling about Palantir Tech. Ticker symbol there is PLTR.
Yeah, and also Ride. I want you to check out Ride again.
Sure. So here's what – yesterday we were talking about Palantir, and at that time, volume seemed light enough that it would have signaled a buy as price was testing that March 30 swing point. That March 30 swing point had 52 million shares. Yesterday, that was tested with 62 million shares, 63 million shares. So that typically says that 2086 level should get tested at least once again. And that's the area that you're looking at to put on a trade. Now, if I pull over the other charts here, and we looked at this yesterday. So have you taken any action on this yet?
No, but you know the earnings come out on Wednesday, so do you think you go back down to 1769?
Could it go to 1769? So
yeah, because it already blew through the 1.68 Fibonacci. Once we go past there, who knows? You know what I mean? Why not go back to the 0.23? You know what I mean? Always down to the lower Fibonacci level.
Yeah,
you know
I think what you got to take a look at.
So, like, you think it'll blow it out?
Sure. So let's look at it like this. This completed to buy the D point pattern. It did that on March the 5th, and with that hammer candle there. So with regard to, can it go lower? Of course, it can go lower. It can go tag 1754. But so far, this hammer candle has held. I know that the volume coming into that hammer candle were much lighter there. Do I have a bottoming pattern? Sure, it's the bottoming pattern of the buy the D point from that March 5th low.
And what's that number you got? 2080? What was that
March
number you got?
5th, yeah, let me see here. That number is 2018.
2018. Actually, got to be patient.
Yeah. So it's just really, it looks like just a consolidation sideways. The other one you wanted to look at was, I apologize, Ride? Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're buying one of those trucks, too.
What?
That's
okay.
What rumor has it.
So you're looking to buy this as well, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Unless
Do you
they go
know much about
bankrupt
this
or
guy? I don't know
something.
anything about this company. Do you know much about it?
Yeah, they have a real truck, but nobody likes them. Hindenburg came out with some information saying it was a scam company.
Well, that's the way it's trading. So,
You're right.
so, there's maybe there's like a handful, 50, 100 shareholders that are in any kind of profit position. And if it is, it's just by a penny or two at this stage here.
Right.
So, I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
I can tell you, technical analysis is perhaps the most fundamental thing that we can look at because it tells you what buyers and sellers are thinking. And this is telling us there's no buyers around for this.
Well, there's no sellers either, it looks like.
Well, it's
You
$8.69.
can't short it right now either. And Hindenburg, there's a lot of institutional, you know what I mean? You got that.
Victor, it's very hard to sell a stock that's $8.70. I mean,
Well,
they have to go out of business,
out of it.
for you to make any kind of money on it. So with regard to are there
Where
any
do you think
sellers?
it's going?
Well, actually, I'd look at this and say there's nothing but sellers out here. There's been no conviction behind this to try to buy it. So I'm not really sure what to tell you. Is there a bottoming pattern that's in play out here for this instrument? Yes, it formed a TD9 count bottom. It did this back on April the 21st. But if that low gets taken out, when I mean taken out, it closed below 879, and right now you're trading at 870. I don't know where this thing heads to, but lower because it doesn't have a bottoming pattern. So of the two, I would say stay away from Sally Ride, and consider Palantir if you're going to consider either of those.
I'm just watching. I just want your thoughts on it.
Got it. Okay. All right.
All right. You have a great day.
Well, you too, Victor. Thanks so much for calling. Much appreciated. And sorry again about yesterday. We did have another request that came in. Let me go ahead and get to that. That was on Twitter. TWTR is a ticker symbol. That came in earlier this morning. That was from Tim. And Tim is asking the question, Twitter fell to a TD9 count breakout level. Let me pull the Twitter. Oh, geez. I guess I actually have to type in TWTR in order to get that chart over there. So we'll pull that up on our screen in a moment here. But Tim says Twitter fell to a breakout level, TD9 breakout area. And his question is it time to back up the truck on Twitter? So I'm not sure I see the back up the truck here, but let's go take a look at what Tim is looking at. We'll switch back and forth between the black and white background charts. Our white background charts are where I have my TD9 count tool. And so here you can see that Tim was identifying 5271. So first, bravo to you, Tim, for using the TD9 count, using it properly. And yes, it came back down here. Now, the question is, did this form a bottom? So as price is coming back to a TD9 count, did it form a bottom? And the answer is yes. I can't draw the A to B equals CD pattern in with this version of the software. So we'll just go take a look at that on the black background chart. Now here, what we take a look at, the A point out here at 80.75, February 25th. The B point out here at 59.28. That's on March the 26th. And then the retracement up into the high on April the 14th. The 1-to-1 wasn't exactly met. That price projection would be 51.75. The hammer candle that formed back on May 3rd got down to a low of 52.67. Is that close? Look, that's close enough for my work. But the problem here, Tim, is you don't like to make a D point. And if I'm going to use that hammer candle as the following day with a wide-ranging bar, and that's what that gap down was. So right now that says caution, Will Robinson. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be back. We'll finish off Twitter as soon as we get back.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow up 120, S&P 13. We were taking a look at Twitter out here for Tim, and Tim is asking, should he back up the truck to buy Twitter? He was asking that question based upon Twitter yesterday coming back into its, or a couple of days ago actually, coming right back to its breakout level, 52.7. Now that's the second breakout level. First one was 61.81. Price cruised through that. Typically you get below one level, you go to the next. You can see below that is even 46.18. So there is a buy the D point because that hammer candle that formed out there. Now, Tim, but caution because of the wide-ranging bar to the downside. So how do we make a decision on this? Well, I think that's pretty easy. I don't know why I minimized the chart here. Well, now I know why I did that. So here's what we also know about Twitter. We know that price is trading below the top of its weekly profile. The top of that weekly profile is 55.30. Strong support, or should be strong support, at 48.03. Both the center and bottom of the profile on the weekly basis is at 48.03. That should be strong support. Now, if yesterday or 2 days ago, if that was the buy signal out here, one thing that we should see is short-term resistance fail. So when I said, how are we going to make that decision? We're going to let the charts confirm the patterns for us. If there's going to be a change in trend, what we're going to see is that change in trend is going to first show itself on short-term time frame charts. So on a instrument like a stock out here, I'll use 15 to 30, 65, 130, and 195. Those are my time frames to take a look at what the instrument is doing. And what we're looking for here, much like Tim, you were asking about the TD9 breakout level, we would need to see a close above on a 15-minute basis, the TD9 breakdown level, and that's at 56.10. Granted, that's a $2.50, 60 cents higher or so from where we're trading right now, but the 15-minute chart isn't giving me any kind of major signal at this stage here to suggest that now would be the time to step in. 30-minute basis, let's populate this. You're looking at 56.85 as a level. Do I have a bottoming signal here on the 30-minute time frame? I don't. Do I have one on a 65-minute time frame? I don't. I take that back. I do. We've got a TD9 count. Here, price would have to get about 57.63. So in this instance, is it time to back up the truck? Absolutely not. If we saw short-term resistance levels fails, well, then that would be a different story out here. So it just really depends upon your risk At this stage here, I don't see the reason to risk it just yet. And I'd wait for some of these short-term time frames to fall, and then you could just simply go ahead and buy the first retracement or something along those lines. So I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for writing in, and have yourself a great day. Let's take a look at, there was a request inside the Tiger's Den by JB, I believe it was, to take a look at our quad setup for the 4 equity future contracts. Over on the left-hand side, you've got the ES Mini. We can see that price never closed below the bottom of that daily profile. What does that mean? That means there's no change in trend inside the ES Mini, no change in trend inside the S&P 500. You can see it's a bullish structured profile. Price is sitting at the point of control, 4171-ish. And if price can close above that, then then the suggestion is that price should run to the 4201, 4211 area out there. The ES Mini is showing you both the weekly, and the weekly are in yellow, the daily are in that bluish type color, cyan type color. The NQ, on the other hand, so we've got different messages out. The NQ did close below the bottom of its weekly profile. It is suggesting a change in trend out here. And maybe all that's going on right now is setting up the C point of an A to B equals CD to the downside. Totally different markets out here, because the Dow would say, what are you guys smoking? Because I'm smoking hot. And by smoking hot, the Dow is trading above the resistance level established by its bearish reversal candles that confirmed its sell the D point. And if price today closes above 34,056, those patterns are negated. And that says that the Dow equity future contract wants to head higher. Finally, we take a look at the Russell 2000, just consolidating between its daily and its weekly profile. Somebody out there must have said, because my ears were just buzzing. Of course, they're always buzzing. Tinnitus, don't catch it. But if we take a look at the Dow equity future contract out here, you're going to see an A to B equals CD pattern and the weekly time frame chart. And if price can clear the top of its weekly profile, that's this week, that's Friday, 34,144 is the number. That's going to suggest a move to 36,980. So that's what's going on. We take a look at the general equity future contracts. Let's go out to Gary in Buffalo, calling about Buffalo. Gary, are you in Buffalo?
New Buffalo.
New Buffalo. Okay. New Buffalo.
All right. We're the new kid on the block. Steve, great. I love your show and I love your newsletter. But I dealt with a gem that you just gave the one fellow in regards to that one stock. But it's that's why I'm calling, because the whole thing about the markets telling you, the buyers and sellers are telling you the real story. I'm a fundamental guy, but that rang home. So I'd like you to look at New Skin. They're reporting earnings tonight. It's probably 1/5 or 1/6 of my whole portfolio, and I've been adding to it. I appreciated what you did the week or so ago when you told me to wait till it got down to the 52 range, and so I did, and then started adding back in. But I'm not going to get burned like I did last time on one boat article. I'm doing the December options buying.
Okay.
As far out as I can go. So you got kind of the gist, but I'm loaded up on May's options and some others all the way up, but I'm just buying anything new out as far as I can get it.
So from a technical standpoint, Garrett, it's and thanks for going ahead and buying in that 52.22 area. So folks, you can see that is the bottom of its current bullish structured profile, and because of that. With a bullish structured profile, that was telling us that that's a good support area. The other thing that we had going on New Skin out here was it has a TD9 breakout area, and that's at 51.85. Yesterday's low, let's see, what was yesterday's low exactly? 51.90, not too shabby. So what you're really looking for here, so the message right now, if price were to close here, is that its intent is to go at least tag the top of that daily profile, 54.87. If, in fact, this can take out its TD9 count top, and that's at the price point of 55.20, then you're back off to the races up to its highs out there. So that's one of the things that you'd be looking for. A close below 51.85, that says you go back and test the lows from February 23rd, which would be in the 46.48 to 50.24 level. But right now, things look pretty good on the daily time frame. The weekly and the monthly show us what? Well, the monthly shows us that your resistance level is $56 even Steven. So we have really two time frames where price is trading with inside profiles. The time frame that it's not is the weekly. Of course, the weekly's not over, and the monthly we're just kind of new into it. But this is suggesting if you could get it closed about $56, that's when you should really be off to the races. The weekly is trading above resistance at 53.43. Are there any kind of clues here as to how this might respond into earnings? I don't see anything. I don't see anything bearish. If anything, it may be more neutral. And the reason I would say that, Gare, is that you had on the daily time frame, you had a TD9 count top. We know that, right up at the TAS market profile resistance, and price pulled back to TD9 count support. So maybe this is just in like a consolidation at this time. But that's what I see. Gary, do me a favor, we're about to go to a hard break, so hold on, and I want to be able to come back and answer any other questions you have about new skin or anything else. In the meantime, I'll look at the short-term time frames as well. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den trading room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We're on the line with Gary in New Buffalo, Michigan. We're taking a look at Nu Skin. Ticker symbol there is NUS. Out with earnings after the bell this evening. We see here just simply a series of higher lows along the daily time frame, some higher highs out here. We see a stalled program, a stalling because price ran into resistance at the top of that daily profile. So, Gary, everything that I'm looking at, looks bullish out here when we take a look at the charts. Now, what I want to prepare you for is it's possible that over the next couple of hours we should see Nu Skin actually pull back. What do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if we take a look at a 15-minute time frame chart, 15-minute formed a nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom, and it also formed a Rhodes momentum indicator top about an hour ago, 12:15 to be exact. And now support has held, meaning the top of that profile. But if price gets below 53.79, you could see a pullback to 53.13 or 53.30 out there. That's coming from a 15-minute chart. The 30-minute chart has a TD9 count top, and we can see the oscillator and change line has changed colors. So this is suggesting that price and that line should catch up to each other, which right now that line is about 53.48. What I don't know that it'll do it with the next couple hours, but if it does, that's what the short-term charts are signaling to us. And boy, what I'd love to see is I'd love to see price test that oscillator and change line and bounce off of it, because that would be in essence your next buy signal. Not that I'm suggesting that you buy more out here, but that would be the bullish outcome. So on the daily charts, things look good. The weekly charts, you're up at resistance. The intermediate intraday charts say, a little bit of a retracement would be normal out there. And that's all that I've got on Nu Skin. Is there anything else that I can help you with on this specific instrument?
No, you've done great. I mean, I've got my finger on the trigger. They're doing some stuff they haven't done since the days of Christy Brinkley, and they've just hired this Asian fashion diva, which the company hasn't done for decades, to come online with their new collagen project. They'll have a first internal collagen, so we're excited. Anyways, can you look at your UVIXI a little bit? Have you talked? I know you talked. We're in the indices, but I was on hold. I couldn't hear everything. And I know that one of your plays I'm in right away, but there seems to be a growing consensus from some of the other guys on the team there that I subscribe to too, that are also going the UVIXI. And I was curious what your thoughts were, short-term, long-term, because I have to play the options. I don't do the futures.
Yeah, it's a hard instrument to trade for sure. And we got into it because I was seeing volatility rise, meaning I'm pretty sure it was this chart. I'll have to get back to it. Give me just a moment to get there. So it was this chart, folks, that we were looking at, which was a rising bottoms pattern in the spot volatility index while the ES Mini or the S&P 500 was making higher highs. And I've got some of those other situations marked here. And so, and we also had a TD9 count on the VIX itself. So those were the reasons that got us into it. And I decided for us in the newsletter to take this trade versus going short the futures contracts, or just simply using the one of the ETFs out there. And my concern right now would be and we still have a rising VIX, so it's a reason to stay into that trade. But if we take a look at So, Gary, I think it is I've got to go back and look. I didn't study it, but I think it is still the May contract that is the driver behind UVXY. But I've got to go back and take a look at it. So the concern yesterday, when the May contract got up to 21.85 yesterday, I considered sending out a alert to everybody to say, maybe now is the time to dump it because price hit that resistance level and it has backed off. And we've given up, in essence, probably most of yesterday's gains. But I'm just going to stick with this trade at this stage. It's just like a little bit of an insurance policy while we don't have any other short position in the indices out there. And that's my take. But, yesterday price hit resistance. Not only did the May contract hit a resistance level, the actual spot volatility index did the same thing. Now, it was trading above its 50-day, but by day's end, it closed back below the 50-day. So, right now, and if I take a look at the dots, so to speak, I don't really talk about this too much because I don't really use it all that often. But one of our listeners, Garo in California, loves using. I use part of the tools. Loves using the parabolic SAR, and you can see that the dots. If you can, maybe it might not be that easy to see, but the dots started forming below price back on April 20th. Another indication of being long is okay at this stage of the game inside that instrument, so to speak. Does that help?
Yeah, and you've taught me a lot about that whole process of the VIX and the 10% and everything you use that for. So this is another good tool, a good lesson too on this tool. Thank you very much.
Oh, you bet. And thanks so much for calling, Gary, and have a great day. Happy Cinco de Mayo to you.
Yeah.
You bet.
Be well and have some cool libations down there.
The girls are in the kitchen cooking it up. So it's going to be a fun evening.
Okay.
All right,
great.
Gary. Have a nice day. We'll talk to you soon. That was Gary in New Buffalo. As far as other questions that have come in, I believe we've got one. We do. We've got a couple of them. Okay, so this one coming in here from Jeff in New Jersey. Jeff wants to take a look at the Russell 2000 futures contract, hourly chart. So let's go take a look at it. So I'm going to pull over the Russell 2000, and I'll tell you what we're going to do here, Jeff. We're going to just take a look at a number of different panels out here. Let's begin by taking a look at the hourly chart there for you. And if we take a look at it, you're going to see that this formed a nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom this morning. It did it with a nice hammer candle. The time that it did that at was the 11 o'clock. So you've got a bottom. Price made its way up to where it should have, which was the oscillator and change line. It got above it, and that was at 12 noon, but by 12:30, it didn't confirm the move higher because price is back below, and now we're just consolidating with inside its daily profile. What you really want is a close above 22.48 on the hourly chart for 2 consecutive bars. And then what you're looking for is for price to take out its TD9 top. So on an hourly basis, forms a TD9 top, does this at 2200 hours. That's a signal to go short. Actually, the 2300 hour, 11 o'clock is when you got the actual confirmation of that. What does price do? Pulls right back to where it broke out from, 2232. So now you're sort of neutral out here, Jeff, but you're trading with inside the profile. So you need to see on the bullish side, which I think is what you're talking about, you really need to see it close above today's high, and that's at the 2255.90 area. If you get that, then it's off to the races to the upside. And in fact, you can take a look at this as being a consolidation pattern. So the consolidation just on the hourly chart, what that also means is because we're in a consolidation, you could also see price get all the way back down to the bottom. But here's the consolidation. It's very, very clear to us. And what's nice about that is that whichever direction the Russell 2000 breaks on the hourly time frame, you're going to get a measured move. And that measured move could take you up to the 22.95 level, or it could take you down to approximately, let's see if I can get down there, the 2190-ish area. So you got that consolidation that's going on. That's on the hourly chart. The 30-minute chart out here, let's see if we can get to this real quickly, forms a TD9 count bottom. Beautiful. So you got 2 bottoming signals. But here you can see prices also consolidating between 2236 and 2260. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Back, folks. So just to finish up on the Russell 2000 here, we've got the daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly time frame charts out here. And so we know that the Russell 2000 has run into a little bit of a resistance area. The 1.618 expansion of its swing points from back in 2018, that was originally a high, all the way down to the 2020 lows out there. And price is just sitting right at that level. And in fact, if you look up above the weekly chart, all you're going to see here is just sideways action for the last several months out here inside the Russell 2000. The daily time frame, and so I don't want you backing up your truck, Jeff, at all on that short term. And hopefully the review of the 60 and the 30-minute chart helped you understand what was at least going on with regard to my tools, in addition to your Fibonacci double bottom that you were looking at. Here you can see that the Russell 2000 held the trend line yesterday. That's the trend line coming off of the November lows out there, the October low. But it's also, you've got a descending trend line. So it's kind of straight into that get smart cone of silence area out here. So not a lot of upside potential, 22.95, maybe something like that. And you're trading at 22.49. Not that that might not be a bad trade out there, but, you just haven't gotten that confirmation from those shorter term time frame charts out there. So that's to finish up the Russell 2000 for you. Thanks so much for taking the time to write in. We've got a request out here from Ruby in the Tigers Den. Ruby wants to take a look at light sweet crude. So to do that, let's move over to some other charts similar to this. Let's look at what light sweet crude is doing here. Let's start here. So now you've got light sweet crude. You've got your June, July, August, September contracts out here. Sometimes each of those will oftentimes have different information, new profiles, things of that sort. Price is trading above the top of that daily profile. And that suggests, Ruby, that price should go run for its recent highs. And that high would take us back into the March 8th time frame. That high out there, that's the June contract. Yeah, that was right, the June contract. 67.29 is the target out there. Now let me pull over our other June contract out here. And one of the things that we notice, you've got a TD9 count top out. This is the weekly basis. Just so you've got that real resistance up at that 67.29 area. That's on the weekly time frame. If price can close above that, Ruby, boy, that's very bullish for light sweet crude. The daily time frame out here, don't have any kind of a signal yet, but today's going to be bar number 7 of a TD9 count as price is testing that old high out there. So there could be a top inside of, at least a short-term top inside of light sweet crude that would form between tomorrow, Thursday, and next Monday out there. On a short-term basis, if we just take a look at it, again, not knowing your time frames out here, what is light sweet crude done? Well, it's formed a nice Rhodes momentum top out here, wave number 7, and price is pulled right back to support. This is a 30-minute time frame. So if price is going to go lower, Ruby, we know that it must close below 65.22 on a 30-minute basis. Hasn't done that yet. It's tested it. Price is pulled back to support. So you're sitting right here at a support level. If you do see it close below 65.22, 64.34 would be next up. So that's light sweet crude. I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for calling. Could it be? Do we have Garo on the phone? Garo, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you?
How are you, sir?
I am doing well. Always nice to hear from you.
Thank you. Long time no see, huh?
Yes. You're doing well, I hope?
I always listen to your program, always listen to your advices as much as time that I have. And every time and each time I learn, I listen, I learn something new.
Wow.
So that's why I always watch your program, sir.
Well, because on some of my charts I keep some of your parabolic SAR dots. I'm always thinking of you too.
Thank you, sir.
Of course, people are going to think we've got some kind of intimate relationship going or something, but it's just that we respect each other's work. And folks, Garo does some amazing work out here with his tools of using the parabolic SAR, the 5-day average, the 5-day simple moving average, I believe, and the 21 and the 50.
Yes.
So, and what's always nice is that what we do when he calls in is we try to tie in his work to what I see on my charts out there. So the ticker that you're actually calling about, is it NU? Is that correct?
Yes, sir. NUE.
NUE, okay. And on
NUE,
New Core,
yeah.
Yep. Trading right now at 91.96, up at its highs.
Yes.
Tell us what you're doing and how I could best help you.
I bought this on April the 28th. If you check your daily chart, daily chart, let's say the 6 months or the 3 months, you'll see that on 28th of April, that candle hit the upper dot of the SAR at $82 and change.
Yes.
That's where I bought it, and still I have it. It's been it's getting too far away from 5-day moving average. So once the candle gets away from 5-day moving average, I get a little bit nervous. So here he has to pull back a little bit, or it has to hover until that 5-day comes and reaches to the candle. I want to see your chart. That
sure.
What do you think? That this is the part is over, or it's going to be consolidation, and again it's going to continue to go higher?
Okay. So the other thing that happened, so folks, if you look, this is Garo's chart here that I've got on our screen. And if you can see these little blue dots out here. They started forming an above price back on April 22nd. Price took out that dot on April 28th, as Garo mentioned. And what also took place on the following trading session was that 5-day simple moving average crossed above the 21-day. So I think that was another confirmation for you on the trade, yes?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Perfect. Okay. So we got Garo's system. Now we're going to go take a look at our charts. Now what's interesting here is Garo's instinct about price moving away from that 5-day is so right on when we take a look at the chart of my daily chart here for NUE. And today is going to become bar number 8 of a TD9 count. And that says that there's a possibility the top will form with this pattern, which could either be today's high, Garo, could be tomorrow, or it could be on Friday. We don't know which of those highs might start off that pattern, but that's what we would be looking for. Also, we are in wave number 7, so that's courtesy of Basil Chapman. That can extend itself not until you see a lower high would that pattern be confirmed. But your instincts are lining up with the technical tools that I use on a daily time frame. Now, if price pulls back, the first area where it would target would be that oscillator and change line. Currently, that's printed at 86.80. That might be a little different tomorrow or even this afternoon or what have you. But that 86.60 range would be an area for it to pull back. Another level that it could pull back to, and nothing would be wrong, would be 83.58. And that's the top of its current daily profile. So the daily chart that I'm showing really helps to just shows how good your instincts are with regard to Nucor. Now, that's what the daily time frame chart shows us. The weekly time frame chart says, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm moving higher. This week, this has taken out its TD9 count top from about 4 or 5 weeks ago. And that is a bullish message because it formed a valid top, and all price did was pull back to test support. And support there was about 75.33, the bottom of its weekly profile, and then it was taken off. So the weekly chart is saying, man, I want to continue to move higher out here. The monthly time frame chart, I don't have any kind of a topping signal here either. So I think your instincts are probably right, and you're going to see some type of small pullback here that might begin over the next couple of days out there. Hey, Garo, we're going to a hard break here. Go ahead and hold on if you would, and I'll come back to you and try to answer any other questions that you might have. Steve Rhodes with Garo in California. We'll be back in just a few.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave! Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We're on the line with Garo. We're taking a look at Nucorp. NUE is the ticker symbol. And Garo, on a weekly basis, it appears that this is going to confirm an A to B equals C up pattern that should take it to 110.42. But I'd argue it's going to take it to the 119 to 131 area. Now, that's a longer picture for those folks that are listening in. Your instinct is that, hey, this might be getting too far away from your 5-day moving average out here. And what I did was I looked at the short-term time frame charts just to see if I could see any kind of a topping signal out here. And the only one that shows up is on the 15-minute time frame. I take that back. The 15 and the 30-minute time frame shows, but I don't see anything yet that shows any kind of significant indication of a retracement just yet. But there are a couple of short-term topping patterns out there. What else might I be able to provide you with on Nucor to assist you?
No, yeah, absolutely. When the SAR dots are below the 30, 60, and 120 minutes, that is a bull. That is a bull. That's where SOXL is going to be the next one. These are directional semiconductors. SOXL, that 30, 60, and 120. I'm working on it, and from here on up to $40, $42 is going to go up. But this one, if it gets, it's very close to 60 minutes. If that candle hits that 60-minute dot and the dot goes up, that's where it's going to stop momentarily until that 5-day catches the candle. So that's why I was.
Sure,
yeah.
sure. And I just want to give to the folks that on that 60-minute chart for Nucor, the dot that Garo was referring to on my system prints out at 90.90. I think yours is just a little different than mine, but that's the current dot that I've got for mine. Hey, Garo, the show is over. Sorry about that, but always good to hear from you. And thanks so much. Thanks so much for calling in. And have a happy Cinco de Mayo. And we'll look forward to speaking to you again. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You bet.
Bye-bye.
Folks, stay tuned for 2 more great hours. David White's up next. Tom O'Brien's going to take us on home. Be safe out there. Have a great Wednesday. We'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care.